For problem number 29, what they want us to do is they said, all right, Mr. Adams, can you tell me what sine of 13 pi over 6 is? Okay? That's what they want us to tell them. All right, so that means this is 0, and this is pi. So if I start right here and I swoop around once, how many pi's is that? How do I get pi? Pi is the same as like 6 pi over 6, isn't it? Same thing, right? So 1/2 a rotation is 6 pi, and I gotta go 13 times. So now I go another one, so that would be 2 pi, which is kind of the same as 12 pi over 6, right? So now what do I have to do to complete that? Go one more pi over 6, right? So I'm going to come around pi over 6. And so from there, I have my right triangle. Now pi over 6, so if I subtract, another way to do this is I could, I don't know, the book probably gives you a formula, but I've always found it easier to just sketch out a unit circle and then just kind of draw the circle around and think about it, and then you're left with what we call a reference angle. Now this right here is what we call the reference angle. Now the reference angle is always going to take you right back to the x-axis, right? And you draw a right triangle. Now pi over 6 is the same as 13 pi over 6. So really the only thing I need to do is figure out what sine of pi over 6 is, and it should be the same answer. Does that make sense? So what I want to do then is, this is a 30-60 triangle, which means that from here to here, that's 1. From here to here, that's 2. What's this last one from here to here? Square root of 3. This is my angle theta. Sine is opposite over the hypotenuse. So, what's the opposite? 1. What's the hypotenuse? 2. And I said that 13 pi over 6, which is coming around like this, is really the same as just pi over 6. So this should also be equal to 1/2. I've got pi in there, so it's probably in radians. So to double check this on the calculator, it'll take a second for the calculator to warm up. Just to make sure, this is how you double check your work too, like on a test. If you think you have the right reference, plug in the reference and then plug in the actual angle. Now it says not to do it with your calculator. So I'm going to expect you to do it with all this work here, but I want to make sure that I'm in radian mode, and I am. So then I said that I needed the answer of 13 pi divided by 6, which is 1/2. And then I said that's because they have the same reference angle, which is really just pi over 6. Okay. Any questions on that?